a mechanism in there that restricted local government or county sales tax increases as well. I was wondering if you get into that issue.
We didn't.
No, and then the legislature rejected that proposal. I was wondering, is there anything different about this, other exclusions or something that you think might encourage them to actually want to follow through on this time?
Well, I mean, I would think that they would consider the fact that when we came in, we were $8 billion in the hole and down 350,000 jobs, and now we're up about 300,000 jobs, and we're running a $1.9 billion surplus, and wages are up, and I mean, you know, they got to get with the spirit of it. And is what I say that, look, when you have all these, this is a special interest full employment bill as well, because they'll all be coming in trying to protect their stuff. It's okay, I understand that. But what I've asked the legislature to do is, if you don't like what we've proposed, tell us what you do propose. And don't come up with something, you know, like, well, just cut the government by 10%. You know, that doesn't work. So if you don't like some of our proposals, come in. But what would you want to jettison? You want to get rid of the small business tax cut? You want to cut back on the benefits to the working poor so they will work harder and get out of being poor? Do you want to say that our rates ought to be high so people continue to move out of this state? So you got a choice, and I'm actually pretty optimistic about our package. We'll get some pushback on severance. Companies have had 4 years to pay nothing. Our severance is now in the middle of the pack, and we'll see. So what do I think will happen? Hopefully we'll get a good hearing. Hopefully a big chunk of this will be enacted. The fact is that most of our stuff gets enacted after it takes time and effort and patience, but we get a lot, and we'll get a lot of this, I hope. But you know, as I told my friends here at the cabinet level and those who work with them, sometimes victory isn't getting all the way there. Sometimes there's a certain victory in proposing. If you take this school funding formula and the tweaks that we're doing or the changes that we're doing, we could easily have ignored this, right? Because we're going to take a lot of heat over this. But I think it's my responsibility to get the state guided in the right direction here over the course of this term. I hope I will be able to continue to do it. So we're not afraid to take on new things, even though, you know, sometimes you got to plow a field before you can actually plant a field. And so we'll see. Yeah, Joe.
Just one thing to add to that. This proposal is much narrower than what you're referring to from 2 years ago. So it's just very limited in terms of base expansion. And so there's no provision in there in terms of what we were doing before, because it would have been such a massive increase before with a wide base expansion. That's why we didn't even look at it this time. This is much, much narrower. Also, too, the $500 million net tax cut is net for state and local. That takes that into consideration. It's already been calculated.
So it applies to fewer services than the last.
Oh, yeah, it's much narrower. You'll get the list of it. I mean, it's much narrower. But again, you go back to the concept. You know, Tennessee has a very high sales tax. They have no income tax. They got their problems, but they're growing. I mean, the states that have no income tax or the lowest income tax are the ones that are growing. Texas, Nevada. We're seeing a lot of people from California move to Nevada. And it's not all about the fact that they like a casino. So I think it's good, and this is narrower, and they'll have to look at it. The other thing is, you know, he talked about tax expenditures. That's what you all call loopholes. So let them look across. If they see something in there that doesn't fit or work anymore, and they want to substitute something, that's fine with us. We just want to get the benefits of this of the fundamental tax relief program.
Governor, much of the